I am live and in person. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice, live from the best city in the world, Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view. All right, guys, if you found the channel, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. I am up to 637 subscribers. That is awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Let's try to keep it rolling to get it to 700 as fast as we can. All right. We got the Bengals versus the Browns tonight. Kickoff at 8:20. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. For the guys who are not playing tonight, for the Bengals, we got a couple of them. They're kind of big. Safety Sean Williams is out. Guard Xavier Surflow is out. This one really hurts. D tackle Mike Daniels is out. Gino's still out. So our defensive line is going to be really hurting a lot. Now, this is the 93rd meeting all time between the Bengals and the Browns. Now, the Bengals lead the all-time series 51-42. Now, the largest victories for both sides. In 1987, the Browns beat the Bengals 34-0. And then in 2015, the Bengals returned to favor and they beat the Browns 37-3. Now, they both had long winning streaks. Both of them tied at 7 games apiece, two long 7-game winning streaks. Let's see here. The Browns did their 7-game winning streak from 92 to 95. And the Bengals did it from 2014 to 2017. Now, there's lots of people talking about Joe Burrow and comparing him and Baker Mayfield tonight. And I posted it on Sports with Strawberry Ice. Whose future do you like better? And obviously all of us Bengals fans are going to say Joe Burrow. But it's not just us. We're not the only ones that are saying that. A lot of national media guys are saying that. And they're saying that after Joe Burrow had one game. That's it, just one game. Where, first half, he didn't look that great. Second half, he looked a little better. That last drive looked like the Joe Burrow at LSU. If you look at it this way, he made the play at the end of the game to win it. He made it. That pass was right there, hit AJ right in the hands. If it wasn't for the pass interference call, and hey, we'd have won. But we didn't. So that's all right. Moving on. The other thing is, I think the Bengals got a good shot of breaking this curse that they've had the last couple of years as not being, primetime players. Marvin Lewis and Andy Dalton never really performed in prime time. Monday night, playoffs, Thursday nights, none of that stuff. Before last week, Joe Burrow's last 2 football games, one was the national championship game, and the one before that was the playoff game, which they're playing in front of millions of people, 70,000 people in the stands and millions of people watching on TV. So to me, this isn't anywhere close to as big as what those games were. And he just played those a couple months ago, if you look at it that way. So Joe Burrow, I think, is a primetime player, and he's ready for this. And this moment is not going to be too big for him. He said himself, he gave himself a D the way they played. He said, I played terrible for the first 3.5 quarters last week up until the last drive. And the last drive was the Joe Burrow we saw at LSU. It was awesome. So anyway, I'm very excited about the Bengals tonight. I'd give a prediction, but I'm waiting for people to get on. Nobody's on yet. I don't think anybody's even watching me. Oh, no, I got 3 people watching me. 3 people watching me. All right, so my prediction right now, I got the Bengals and a close one here. I think it's 17-10 Bengals, just because I think the Browns are in a very bad place. I actually heard on one of the sports shows today that Odell Beckham might be on the trading block, which really isn't surprising because I honestly think he's a cancer in that locker room. I don't think him and Baker, they're obviously not on the same page. They're not getting along. So, Jeremy, what's up, brother? I put your question up, but right now there's only 3 people watching. But yeah, I agree. We got screwed, dude. Yeah, I'll put it up anyway. Hang on a second. There you go. There's Jeremy. You guys got to check us out tomorrow. Me, Jeremy, and Mike. We're going to be doing Strawberry Ice and Bengals Nation again tomorrow. That's going to be on after every Bengals game. So, like last week was on Sunday. We did a show on Monday. So we're basically doing 2 shows this week. So we're going to be on tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And you guys it'll be live streamed on, well, not live streamed. The link will be on Sports Strawberry Ice and Bengals Nation. So you guys, all you got to do is click on it. And if you got a YouTube account, I always say subscription. Subscription sounds like you have to pay for it. All you got to do is get a YouTube account. And you can get on there and watch the show and ask questions and all that. So tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we will be doing it again. So anyway, like I said, I really do think that Joe Burrow, this is not going to be a big deal for him. This is going to go play in Cleveland and on prime time, Thursday night NFL football, I think actually is less pressure than I said the last 2 college football games he played. Like I said, played the national championship and the playoff game. I think there's more pressure in that. Yes, I agree with you. LSU, he had a lot better team. That team was unbelievably talented. And that team might beat the Bengals, as much talent they have on that team. So, yes, that makes it a little easier. But if Zach Taylor can figure out the offensive line, I know we've been talking all week about Bobby Hart, and Jeremy, he posted it on Bengals Nation where Bobby Hart was blocking this way and Joey Bosa went that way. And we're like, what are you doing? But the second half, they gave Bobby Hart help. Now, there's another option, and I don't know if this is going to happen tonight or not, but Fred Johnson is a good – I don't know how good he is. He played really good last year when he got a chance to play. He's an option to put at right tackle. The other one is Adeniji, the kid we drafted from Kansas. I would be leery about putting him in now because, especially last week, he would go against Joey Bosa. Now, this week, he'd be going against Miles. So that would be kind of hard for anybody, a veteran, to take on back-to-back weeks, let alone a rookie. So I'd be surprised if he actually gets in the game tonight. I would not be surprised if Fred Johnson gets a shot tonight, especially if Bobby Hart plays like he did last week. Now, I know we're all upset and Bengals Nation was going nuts. We got to cut the kicker. Yeah, he missed an easy one, but he made 3 other ones. He made a 50-yard field goal, and Bullock has been actually a pretty consistent kicker for us. And do I think he hurt himself? I don't know. I think he's ticked off that he missed the kick, and maybe he just acted like he hurt himself. Jim says, bring back Andrew Whitworth. Hey, I was upset. Excuse me. I was upset when they let him go. 4 years ago now? That was the downfall of the Bengals from our 5-year playoff run. We had 2 offensive linemen and 2 wide receivers, all free agents. And I know we can't sign all of them, but you had at least sign 2 of them. We let Sanu and Marvin Jones go, and we let I think it was Zeitler. I think it was Zeitler and Whitworth go. But nobody plays football at left tackle as long as Andrew Whitworth has, and for his age. So I kind of understand, but I'm more upset that they didn't sign any of them, and that forced them to draft John Ross. And we're in the situation we are with John Ross the last couple of years where he hasn't really produced. We see flashes of it, which he drives me nuts. The guy is so fast. If he would just finish routes, he gives up on routes and stuff. I don't understand why he does that. If he just run and finish the route, he's faster than half the guys in the NFL and catch the ball. That would be great. But yeah, I would get back to Andrew Whitworth. I would personally hope when he does decide to retire that he does retire as a Bengal. They do that for other teams where guys will come back and they'll sign a one-day contract or whatever, and he gets to retire as a Cincinnati Bengal. So I do hope they do that. That would be nice. So, all right, we got 8 people watching here. What do you guys think? You guys are excited about the Bengals tonight? The other thing we can talk about is, actually, if there's anybody out there who's actually heading up to Cleveland to watch the game, I think they can go in this game. I think this will be the first game that they're letting fans in. I know Bengal Jim is heading up there. I texted him earlier this morning, and he was already on the road at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So I know he's up there. I'm pretty sure they are letting fans in. I don't know. I think it's 6,000 people or whatever. Because I know that's what they're doing for the Bengals here. Our next home game, which is until October 24th. But anyway, you guys excited about the Reds? They have won 5 in a row. They won 1-0 over the Pittsburgh Pirates last night. Now, the Reds are percentage points ahead of the Cardinals. So technically, if the playoffs ended today, we'd be in the playoffs. Let's see here. We got a question from Chris. What do you got here? I'll bring it up. Chris says, just have to keep trying with the O-line. Miss Fisher's injury out. Price got to keep it all. They'll get that line together. Oboye was awful. He was as bad as Bobby Hart. But yeah, we got to keep it going. I mean, like I said, they got better in the second half. So there is some hope that the offensive line can at least give Joe Burrow time to throw the ball, because every time he got sacked is when he was trying to take, longer than a 3-step drop, and he'd step back and they were there. So the second half was better. And like I said, that's one thing I will give Zach credit for, that he made adjustments. And that's something that Marvin Lewis never did. How many times we'll be doing, we'd be down by, I don't know, a touchdown or something going on at halftime, and then second half would come back and they change nothing and they go down and score right away on us, and they'd be up 14-0 or 14-7 or whatever. Zach made adjustments. Now, one thing I wish Zach would have done was a Marvin Lewis thing, is he ran out of timeouts, because especially in that last drive, because somebody asked us this on our Monday show we did. Did the Bengals have enough time to take another shot at the end zone? Well, if they had one timeout, at least, they wouldn't have had to spike the ball and waste that down. They could have called a timeout, talk about what we're doing, what's going on, and Jeremy's got a question here. So I think those are one thing I like that Zach did, and one thing I didn't. See, how do you feel about our young quarterbacks taking on Jarvis Landry and OBJ tonight without Trey Waynes, for some reason, or for this season? Man, I can't read. I was surprised how well they played Sunday. Yeah, I got to give it to our defense. We did good. The defense was really, really well. I mean, I was very impressed with it. The defense kept us in that game. That's the biggest thing, because if we didn't have a defense playing like that, then the game could have got out of hand. As I'm starting to get some questions. It was all by myself. Also, Jim says the Chargers pass rush. They're that's the thing. Their pass rush and the Chargers defense. Look, I think they're as good, or pretty darn close to as good as anything we're going to see from Baltimore or Pittsburgh. So you got to look at it that way too. So I mean, yeah, Joe Burrow ran for his life in the first half. Second half, they got better. But that pass rush is no joke. So, I mean, I really do think that they got a good test as for playing in the AFC North. Let's see what we got here. Blake, love watching your show every day. Reds and Bengals both look excited. Yeah, right now, this is awesome. I mean, we went from no sports to all kinds of sports, and then the Reds, they played so bad at the beginning of the season. I'm like, oh my goodness. In the last 5, all of a sudden they've decided to play baseball. Now, Last night they only scored one run, so I was nervous last night. I'd say because they only had one run and they needed a couple more because we've had so many times that we had one run. We'll score 3 runs in the first inning and then we won't score any, and that's what we did last night. Now I know Gino Suarez, he is out because his wife is having a baby. So he's gone for at least 5 games, I think. Excuse me. So whenever he comes back, and then I guess he's got a quarantine or whatever. So it's a very exciting time right now for Cincinnati because, hey, my Bearcats are playing Saturday too. So I'm very excited about that. We can't forget about the Bearcats. They're playing Austin Peay. So, I mean, you got the Reds on a 5-game winning streak. You got the Bengals Browns tonight, which, like I said, the Browns are favored, but not a lot of quote-unquote experts are believing that, but then you can never go against Vegas. So they know something we don't. I don't know. I'm not sure why the Browns are almost a touchdown favorite. That doesn't jive with me. Not really sure what they're seeing because, like I said, I don't think the Browns – I don't think Baker Mayfield looked that good. I mean, I was listening to Adam Shine on Sports on Mad Dog Sports Radio. And he's all over Baker Mayfield and OBJ, just saying that there's no chemistry there. There's nothing. They're not. And the thing, you can tell the difference. I mean, okay, those guys have played together for at least 2 years. And look how the chemistry of Joe Burrow and A.J. Green was. I mean, A.J. looked awesome. For the first time he played in almost 2 years, he looked great. And him and Burrow were on the same page. So, yeah, I don't think OBJ and Baker are getting along or something. Let's see here. Do I think Zach Taylor is keeping Bobby Hart? He's going to end up hurting himself. I don't know. We'll find out. Like I said, I hope. I mean, they played better, but you got Fred Taylor. We got the rookie, like we talked about on our show Monday, Jeremy. But the rookie Adeniji, to put him in against, like I said, last week was Bosa, this week's Miles. It would be hard to put him. I would rather than try to give Fred Johnson a chance. We'll see. Jim, I'm putting my faith in Burrow, starting him in my fantasy league over Josh Allen tonight. There you go. I think Burrow plays out of his mind because he'll be frustrated. He was frustrated with his performance. You can hear it in his press conference. He gave himself a D. He said, I played terrible for 3.5 quarters, and then the last drive I played how I expected to play. So, yeah, I mean, my thing is, as long as they give him time to throw the ball, that's exactly. Brown, flush it down, baby. Got a shout out to the sky. So, anyway, but, yeah, I really think Joe Burrow, like I said, I don't know if you guys heard at the beginning of the show, that the problem with the Bengals and their primetime performances with Andy Dalton and Marvin Lewis. Like I said, Joe Burrow, before last week, his last 2 games were 2 of the biggest games in the country. You had the national championship game and you had the playoff game. Everybody watched it. There's probably more people that watched those 2 games that are going to watch the game tonight. So, and there's not going to be as many fans in the stands. So that's got to be, weird, but also it's got to help him because you're not going to hear that many people booing him or whatever. But maybe he likes that. I don't know. But I have a feeling that Joe is just going to take off and have a really good game. But get back to what I was saying before, that the chemistry with OBJ and Baker is not there. And they've played together for 2 years. And if you saw AJ and Joe Sunday, they were on the same page a lot of times. And they've only had 1 game together, and they never played a preseason or anything. So, yeah, there's something going on with the Browns and OBJ. And like I said earlier in the show, I heard a rumor that they're talking about trading OBJ, like he's on the trading block. So, and the thing is now, what did they give him for? They gave him what? Was a really good linebacker. I think it was the guy from Michigan. They gave him up in a first-round pick to get OBJ. I think that's what it was, if I remember right. Who's going to give you anything for OBJ now? He hasn't done anything. in the last 2 years. He's just been a pain in the butt, you know? So let's see. What's Jeremy saying here? Thanks. No more questions. Have a great show. I love you. Don't look crazy. All right. All right, Jeremy. See you, buddy. I guess he's leaving. All right. So anyway, yeah, that's where I think. Anyway, this is no idea how long I've been talking because this on this computer here, it does not give me a clock. Oh, 2:50. Okay. I'm gonna try to go to about 3 o'clock. So it's 2:53 now. So you guys got any more questions? You can hit me up. Like I said, now the Reds, I was talking about before, they're on, like I said, a 5-game winning streak, and they're percentage points ahead of the Cardinals right now. So if the playoffs started today, they'd be in the playoffs. Now they got the day off today. They're taking on the Chicago White Sox tomorrow night at 7:10. Now this is going to be a big series because the White Sox are a really good team in the American League, and it'll be a good test to see how good the Reds are doing, you know, with their newfound offense. Anyway, I got Facebook groups here that I help run, and I invite you guys to come join them. They are Bengals Nation, Bearcats Country, Reds Country, and Cyclones Country. And always you can follow me, Sports Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that. Usually do a podcast, but since I'm doing a live show today, I'm not going to get the podcast up there. So normally I do a podcast, but give you a 5-star review. And anyway, where are you guys watching the show at? Or not watching the show. Where are you watching the Bengals game at? You guys, how many people are going up to the game? How many people are watching? I'll be down here in the ice cave watching. I got a couple buddies coming over. So anyway, looks like it's starting to slow down here. 7 viewers. That's enough for right now. Other than that, from our first live show by myself, I think I did all right. You guys check it out tomorrow at 5 o'clock on Bengals Nation. Check us out there. Me, Jeremy, and Mike will be doing a post game, day after game show. Talk about hopefully a Bengals win. Like I said, I got the Bengals winning. What did I say? 17-10. I think it's gonna be a close game. We'll find out. Other than that, that's just sports, baby. See you guys.